Okay. Slide. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, welcome to the Toastmasters, Coral Gables Toastmasters. My name is Mario, your Sergeant at Arms tonight. This meeting is out in order. I'm gonna go ahead and go over a few of the meeting guidelines for our meeting tonight. All speakers and functionaries, please rename by clicking your name and include your role, first and last name. Mute your audio during the speeches. Use reaction buttons for virtual reactions. Send private messages to the speakers for feedback if you wish. You may unmute during the introduction, closing remarks, the awards presentation. Former members and Toastmasters from other clubs may take on functionary roles, may be voted for best table topics or best evaluator. Other guests can participate in the table topics, but cannot be voted for best table topics. All functionary roles and speaking roles will be granted co-host privileges to share the screen if needed. I will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any and all images taken during our meeting will be used expressly for club and social media purposes. Thank you for coming to another great meeting. We're now in December. You know, we just had Thanksgiving and we're about to begin the Christmas holiday. It's a very awesome time. So I'm going to go ahead and now introduce our president, Lucas Calafell.
Okay, thank you, Mario, for getting us started. And welcome everyone to the December 1st meeting of Coral Gables Toastmasters. Very happy to see everyone here. As Mario mentioned, yes, Thanksgiving is over, but the holidays are coming very, very soon. There is also something of great importance that is coming very soon, and that is our annual holiday party on December 9th, 7 o'clock p.m. We had a quick change in location, and it's going to be at Yard House, the Yard House in Merrick Park, which is located in Coral Gables. I'm going to update the address, the invitation on Punchbowl so that you can see that. And if you have any questions about the event, feel free to let me know. But all the details will be there, so you can access the invitation to your email. And I think I'll send a message to everyone who has RSVP'd with the additional info, but it's going to be a great time. It's something that we've done every year as long as I could remember. Well, I've only been a member of Toastmasters in 2019, but it did happen in 2019, so it's going to continue happening. In any case, very happy to see you all, and I'm very excited for what this meeting has in store for all of us. So with that, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the evening, the person that's going to make this meeting happen, the person with the best hat this meeting, and the person that I think is probably in showing the holiday spirit the most, just for this meeting, but we all have a chance to show our holiday spirit this month. Please give a warm virtual welcome to Toastmaster Felicity Tinney Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters, and I believe, do we have any guests? Maybe not any guests this evening. That's quite okay. I am excited to be Toastmaster of the evening. It is my first time, and it is the most exciting time of year for me. So I will not waste any time telling you that celebrate the holidays in December is a big thing for me. Not only is it Celebratory Wednesday, hump day, hello, the weekend's coming. Come on now, we start celebrating from Wednesday, right? Don't we all? If I don't say happy Wednesday to my staff, they're like glummy for the rest of the week, right? We don't want that. But December 1st kicks off, celebrate the holidays. I'm so sorry, my brother's calling. That's another celebratory moment. December, the reason why I celebrate December and the reason why it's so much fun and all you hear about is celebrations, right? When people start talking about the holidays, we know it's December and we typically are looking forward to what? Christmas. Come on. Brian's got his Christmas tree background with the, I think it's called a Home Alone, he said, background. Lucas has got his little Santa hat things going on, and well, you know, you can see this. But for me, December is all about three main things. Christmas, it's my birthday month, and it's New Year's Eve, right? The three main things that we celebrate the holidays in December. But really and truly, personally, my birthday is not the biggest deal just because it's in December. It is actually December 23rd. So as an adult, do I get a lot of gifts? Not really. So I don't really wait for gifts anymore. I get more joy and more thrill by giving gifts to people. I actually start preparing in August, right? So, and I get a little crazy about that. But really, truly, celebrate the holidays. That's our theme for the meeting tonight. I don't know how you celebrate the holidays, but certainly bring on the spirit, bring on the cheer. We know the cheer and the jingle is all in the air. One last note before we get to the functionaries. Did you know that there are all these unique and funny and weird celebratory events in December? For example, today is National Christmas Lights Day. So if you haven't put up your Christmas lights yet, watch out, Mario has started. Go ahead and get started. Once you start doing that, you can hop on out, check out the neighborhood and see what your neighbors are doing. Steal from them, mirror them, what else, what have you. Also during the month of December, did you know it was National Mutt Day? What the heck is that, right? It's a National Mutt Day. There's also National Pfeffernuss Day. That's December 23rd. It's that little cookie that's, it's a little, it's gingery. It's got a little chewiness to it, and it's got confectioner sugar all over it. There's National App Day. All this kinds of stuff in December. Who knew? Look it up. You'll come up with over 130 celebratory events in the month of December alone. So if that's not a reason to celebrate the holidays, I don't know what is. With that said, let's get on into our functionaries. We will start by introducing, let's start with our AW counter, Catherine. Catherine Stewart will be our AW counter for today.
Hi, everyone, and greetings. The purpose of the AW counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause or filler words by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and and I will note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase. I will report the number of times that each speaker uses these expressions at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Catherine. Our next functionary will be Alexia Thompson. She is our grammarian of the day. Alexia. You're on mute, Alexia.
I'm having problems with my video, but I'll just start for grammarian.
Okay.
So, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is unbridled. Unbridled means unrestrained. When you find out that you just won the lottery, feel free to jump up and down with unbridled joy. Go ahead, most people would probably let loose in the same way. Unbridled is often used to describe people's emotions or actions, and it can be either a good thing or a bad thing. If you have unbridled spending, you're in danger of going in debt. If you tackle homework with unbridled enthusiasm, you're likely to get good grades.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Alexia. We will now introduce our timer, Renel Salgado. Renel?
Okay, greetings all. As in timer today, I will time the table topic speaker, the formal speakers, and the evaluation. I will also alert the speaker of the time they have left using the green, the yellow, and the red backgrounds, which denote a specific time remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will put the green background. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will put the yellow background, and at 2 minutes, I will put the red background. Those giving the speeches should limit the remarks to their specific speech times. The icebreakers, the speakers, the speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. And the individual's evaluation should be between 2 and 3 minutes, the same way. The 2 minutes for the green background, 2:30 for the yellow background, and 3 minutes for the red background. Back to you, Felicity.
Thank you so much, Renel. Appreciate that. And next, our vote counter will be Samantha Thomas. Samantha, it's the first time you're doing your vote counter. You'll do awesome. Kick it away.
She dropped off. I don't see her in the
Oh, she
meeting,
dropped off.
so we'll have to move on.
All right, so we will, okay, I can, let me see here. We will.
I can serve
Can
as
be-
interim vote counter.
Oh, I was going to just do that.
No worries.
You got
I
it?
got it.
Okay. All right. Lucas is now our table topics master and our timer,
Oh, vote counter.
our vote counter.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and quickly describe what I'll do as a vote counter. As your vote counter, I will be collecting votes for your best table topic speaker. As we only have one prepared speech and one evaluation, as long as they stay within time, they will automatically be deemed our best speaker and best evaluator. So there will be some competition for table topics, and we'll see who takes the prize towards the end of the meeting. Back to you, Felicity.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's bring on the chair, you guys. We have 2 speakers. We have 1 icebreaker and we have a second prepared speech. So we will go ahead and get started with our prepared speech, who will be Eric Gomez. Eric, take it away. Bring on the chair. Let's give a welcome, Eric Gomez.
No, thank you so much for the introduction. Just for the quick title, this is called Back to the Drawing Board. It's 2012, 5 a.m. Alarm starts sounding. Bam, bam, bam. I smack the snooze. 5:10 comes on. Bam, bam, bam. Snooze again. As you can already tell, I am that person that sets up 15 alarm clocks in hopes that the last one can get me out of bed. As I'm sitting, it's from 5:30, as I'm sitting at the edge of my bed, I'm using both of my hands to kind of awaken my eyes a little bit more by rubbing my face. As I stand up and go through my morning routine, I go ahead and get my morning coffee, get in the car, put on some nice tunes, and head to work. I am a fresh student out of high school looking to pursue a physical therapy degree as my path of being a collegiate student. I am currently working at a clinic that is called Florida Occupational Healthcare. This clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic where I can go ahead and learn new skills in hopes, as if I get accepted into the PT program, wherever that may be, I can take a little bit of skill with me. This journey, I want to say, took about 4 years, 5 years, until I determined to revisit the drawing board and change directions. During the time of me working at that Florida Occupational Healthcare Clinic, I met a lot of people. One gentleman stood out in particular. His name was Stephen Gold. He was an investor and he was a property owner. This was a gentleman that I decided to get familiar with, get close to, in hopes of learning something new outside of what I was destined to be, which was to become a physical therapist. Now, this gentleman starts talking to me about a bunch of things that I had no idea were certain ways to achieve a financial freedom, as I thought there was only a certain amount of things that can be obtained coming out of college, meaning healthcare, business, hospitality. The groupings were very, very small and compact, where I didn't feel I had a big variety of choosing when it came down to what I wanted to do after high school. So the gentleman goes on and explains to me how he does stock market investing, he buys properties, he sells properties, all this junk. And I'm here listening to Chinese because I am only familiar with stuff that revolves around healthcare. As my time passed with this clinic, I continued pursuing my goal for physical therapy and got a job at the University of Miami's physical therapy department to try to one-up my application when it came down to submitting stuff for physical therapy school. As I'm working in the University of Miami, I start developing more skills, more knowledge, and I come up to the point where I am applying for my physical therapy doctorate program. Sadly, I was rejected 2 years back to back. Being an employee with the University of Miami and being rejected by them twice wasn't a good feeling. I came back, put some thought, had some alone time, and really decided if this was the right place for me to be in. Throughout my thinking process, I started remembering this gentleman, Stephen Gold, about all the opportunities that he had came across and how he became successful. I go ahead, I reach back out to Mr. Gold, reaches back to me within minutes. And from a 2-year span where we hadn't talked, it felt like we saw each other yesterday. He knew right off the bat that I was eager to learn a little bit more about what he was doing with the stock market and learn about investing in general. He decides to become somewhat of a mentor and takes me under his wing and starts showing me the ropes about this whole new path that I decided to pursue. Throughout this time, I decided to create healthy habits and start doing personal development in order to better myself in this field of, I would like to call it as entrepreneurship. As I started doing all these different things, listening to positive podcasts, picking up a book and actually reading it, which is something that hasn't been done since high school. Positive affirmations in the morning, afternoon, and night, reassuring myself that I am on the right track and that the things that I am pursuing are going to be my goals and I'm going to obtain those goals. So basically, my whole journey now has just changed, and I am here today joining Toastmasters in hopes to continue bettering myself, enhancing my speech, meeting great people amongst yourselves, and continue getting comfortable with the uncomfortable as I start this new path and this new journey, which you guys are a part of and being the first stepping stone with that. So I'd like to conclude this speech and say thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
That was awesome and certainly inspiring. And if Jasmine was here, she would say comfort kills. So definitely stick with the getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. It will certainly be your platform for great things. And while you're at it, kick in some holiday cheer right there with it. I'm just saying, we're going to keep this holiday spirit going, whether you got a hat on or not. All right, we're going to move into our next prepared speaker, which is Brian DeSimone. Brian is our VP of Education, and he will be speaking on a Toastmasters Distinguished Club Program report. So he will be providing that to us. The Distinguished Club Program, DCP, was established by Toastmasters International as a general measure of club success. Each year, the Distinguished Club Program recognizes club achievements in education, membership growth, and leadership and club communication. Brian DeSimone, take it away.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I love that you referenced Jasmine's comfort kills. It was a little throwback there. I think it's very fitting after Eric's speech, so excellent job there. Thank you so much, everyone. So glad to see so many familiar faces. No guests tonight, but that's quite all right. What I have to say is just more pertinent for members, so that works out. Just want to give a quick report as Felicity introduced me on the Distinguished Club Program. Now, many of you as newer members might be thinking, what is that? Brian, what is the Distinguished Club Program? I've never heard of this. I just want to join Toastmasters. I want to give random speeches and I want to call it a day. Well, the Distinguished Club Program is something that Toastmasters International has put in place as essentially a health check for clubs. It's 10 goals that we want to achieve, 6 of which are education, 2 of them are membership, 1 is in training, and 1 is in administration. With administration, just to give a quick recap before I get into the brunt of what the Distinguished Club Program is for you just as members, let's give you a quick recap of some of these goals. Administration, just in brief, making sure that the officers are in place, the club is ready to start its new term, check it off the list, bam, 1 point, we already have it. We're good to go, Coral Gables, 1 point for administration, no problem. Training, all the officers twice a year need to go to a training. Very beneficial. It's standard. It's pretty basic, the information you're learning, but beneficial in terms of the people that you're meeting. You're able to meet other officers from other clubs, bounce ideas off each other, see how they're doing things and integrate into your club. It's very beneficial. I've enjoyed all my trainings. We have one coming up in December. That'll be the second one of the year. And if we get 4 officers for that, mark off a point, we're good to go. Membership. You always see Felicity, she's our VP of membership. After meetings, she's talking with guests. She is, along with Lucas, engaging with guests, trying to get new members. Why do we do this? Well, as you'll see, if you're a member for long enough, there is a rotation of members. There is people will come and go. Life happens. We get new jobs. We start families. Maybe we're retiring. We want something new to move on to, something bigger and better in our lives. And Toastmasters no longer fits in that. Quite all right. We're over here. We're getting new members. We currently have 1 point for our membership goal this year, and we're working on the second one. So we're doing pretty good in membership. But now let me jump to the quick educational portion of the Distinguished Club Program. What matters most to you as members and why we're here giving speeches. So there's 6 points that we can reach in the Distinguished Club Program for education. And it all revolves around pathways. So if you're a new member, you haven't started pathways, please, you're going to hear from me. I know all of you haven't started pathways yet. So I'm going to reach out to you and we're going to get you started on that, because that is basically the curriculum that lets us know what are we going to speak on. And that, when you first start out, the speeches are random. The topics are very personal to you. But as you progress, there's some guidelines, there is some scenarios they're going to place you in. There's going to be challenges that they want us to go through so that we become better speakers. The first point, level 1, we need to get 4 members to complete their level 1. So once you start Pathways, you start on level 1, you give your icebreaker, which we saw Eric give tonight. We have, there's 2 speeches and an evaluation after that. And then, or usually that's for most paths, so some paths are a little different, but most are like that. And then you go into your final speech, which is a research speech, usually a research and presentation. Once you do that, you're past level 1, off to level 2. Once you're in level 2, we're looking to get a few people past level 2. Basically, I think essentially 4, we were looking for 4 members to reach level 2 within the term. Level 3, looking for 2 members to reach level 3. And level 4 and 5, we're reaching for 1 member in the year to reach level 4 and 5 and beyond that. And beyond that is distinguished Toastmaster. That's the highest level you can be. And that requires finishing 2 pathways, serving as a club officer, serving as a district officer. It's pretty intense. If you want to learn more about that, I know Lucas knows plenty about that. I believe you're on the path, Lucas, if I'm not mistaken, to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. It's a lot of work, but definitely worth it. So that's a quick recap of the Distinguished Club program. And the reason it's important and the reason why we want to keep it in check, we make sure we monitor it every once in a while, is it's really for you. It's to make sure that as members, we're going through and we're signing up for speeches. We are participating. We're challenging ourselves. It's very easy to join the club and then let life happen and not sign up for speeches, not sign up for participating roles. And that really, not only, you're not just doing a disservice to yourself, but for me as a member, I've been a member for coming up on 3 years. I learned from everybody. I've learned from Lucas. I've learned from Mario. I've learned just in that speech from Eric. I've learned from Eric already. His first speech in the club, I've already taken notes and seeing what I can do better. So just know that with you participating and following your path, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping everybody involved. That's why Toastmasters is such a specific, unique club, is that there's not a one teacher that we're all just looking up to. There's, Felicity. Felicity so far is doing a great job as a Toastmaster. I'm taking notes. Lucas, as president this year, far outshining me that anything I've ever done as president. So I'm taking notes. I love it. And that's what Toastmasters is all about. It's about learning and growing with each other. And that's what this Distinguished Club program does. We make sure that we are continuing on that growth path. If you have any more questions about the Distinguished Club program or about pathways and about getting started with your first speech or progressing on to a new level, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. We can jump on a call. We can correspond through emails, whatever it works for you. We can make that happen. Thank you so much, everybody. Felicity, Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Awesome. That was amazing. I have to say, Brian, you remain consistently inspiring to everyone. Your positive comments, your availability. I think Vice President of Education is the perfect title for you. So whoever decided that you were the one for this position, I say he go another year, Lucas. And definitely make sure we throw little sprinkles on there, But I do have to say I enjoy the update about the report. It is helpful for all of the members to know where we are headed and what our club is really doing, how we're progressing, and really, truly, is there some way that we can do better? And what's the International Toastmasters really holding us? Is there some kind of a success that they're looking for each club? And so that was really informative. I appreciate that. And it is true, we learn from each other. Catherine, I have to say, I stole from your introduction last time. So thank you for that. But thank you, Brian, for always remaining that inspiring member for us, and Lucas as well. Let me not forget you. You guys are really terrific. So thank you for that. That was so timely. And I'm going to take that as a gift and another reason to celebrate this month. Okay. So now we are going to move to the next section of our meeting, which is always the funnest part of the meeting. It is our Toastmaster table topics section, and our table topics master for this evening is none other than Lucas Calafell. Lucas.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that fantastic introduction. Before I start, I would like to hear from our timer, Raynell. How did Eric do and Brian with their speeches as far as time?
Okay, well, Eric went with 6 minutes and 35 seconds. It's a little bit out of the range. So, and Brian was with 6 and 16, 6 minutes and 60 seconds.
Okay. So Eric, just a little bit over this, we give a 30-second grace period after 6 minutes. You just went 5 seconds over, but nonetheless, a fantastic icebreaker. And I still think you won Best Speaker. So we'll leave it at that. That's my presidential executive order. So as table topic master, I am going to ask some questions. I think we have the time for every single person, even those that gave a speech, to give an answer to one of the questions that I have. So this is, your response should be no more than 2 minutes. Raynell is going to help me out with that with the timing lights. So let's go ahead and get started. First one what would a fusion of Halloween and Christmas look like? Catherine.
I do love Halloween, so I'm glad I got this one. I feel like the gut instinct is to say The Nightmare Before Christmas, but that's too easy, and I'm sure we're all very familiar with that. So in my version of Halloween and Christmas, well, commercially, they're starting to blend a lot into each other anyways right now. There you see all the decorations at the stores at the same time. But I think for the actual night that you would still put on costumes, because I think that's the best part of Halloween is getting dressed up. So we keep the costumes, extra points though, if there's any Yuletide cheer to go with them. So Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, elves, snowmen, all of that, you can get extra Halloween trick-or-treat points. And then instead of candy, you get a wrapped present. And if it's the treat is a gift and the trick is you just get coal if you were naughty this year. So that would happen. And then I think we still need Christmas trees though, because you definitely need the lights and the decorations. So Christmas trees, but they can have Halloween themed decorations. Maybe it's getting a little weird now. All colors are out the window to make it work though. I don't think the Halloween and Christmas colors blend at all. So it's just a rainbow colored theme holiday and going door to door and still have costumes. May get cold though. That's it. To be continued in the next tabletop topic. I'll keep thinking about it. Thanks everyone.
All right, thank you. What do you enjoy most about the holidays, Daria?
A humbug asking me what I like about the holidays. Sorry, Felicity. Christmas is not my favorite time of year. I love Christmas Eve. I'm Ukrainian, and we celebrate Christmas Eve, and we have a big 12-course meal. It's all vegetarian, and getting it all put together and usually having family over. Unfortunately, I don't have any family or friends here, so I don't know what I'm going to do this year. That's okay. I like going to church and singing Ukrainian carols, but I feel like it's so superficial, and everyone is like forced to be in this holiday cheer, and I don't feel like it's genuine, the giving and caring Christmas spirit that should be what it should be about. there's a lot of holidays and a lot of things to celebrate, like Hanukkah is happening right now. And I was at the stores the other day and I saw some Orthodox Jewish people walking around, and we wished each other happy Hanukkah, even though, I don't celebrate Hanukkah, but I love that people have their traditions, that they can celebrate them. And so I'm glad that they celebrate what they celebrate, what they believe in, what their families and ancestors have kept going. And I think keeping traditions alive is important, and keeping what the meaning behind the tradition is super important. And not so much the decorations or the presents or the candies, more about being joyful and being loved and loving others for who they are. That's what I enjoy about Christmas, even though I generally am a little bah humbug Grinch.
Great, thank you, Daria, for your answer. If money was not a factor, how would you treat yourself during the holiday season? Eric?
Oh, you picked me on the perfect topic about money with stock trading. I love it. Well, first, if money not a factor, when it comes down to holiday stuff, I'm one as a very giving person, but giving with emotion. So it's not a problem with me. I'm very big on doing DIY projects, something that my girlfriend has cherished about me for the past 3 years. So when it comes to having money and, having this incorporated with the festivities that Christmas brings, I feel like I would be all right. I'm very creative when it comes down to creating some sort of, little project, a gift, whatever my mind goes and wanders off and puts together. That's never really been an issue. But I do see how it can definitely affect some people when they don't have that special creativity nor the craftsmanship to want to be able to put something together. I can see where where money would be helpful on their end to go out and buy a gift, as opposed to maybe creating something that comes from the heart, or comes from your thoughts of what that person means to you. But yeah, that's how I would take with having money and putting it towards the holiday festivals and festivities. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Eric, for your answer. What is a memorable gift you received during the holidays? Felicity.
A memorable gift that I have received during the holiday. I would have to say, it's not so much a gift that I received. Well, it is a gift. It was the gift of knowing that I was able to contribute to 8 charities last year. Last year, instead of buying gifts for others or accepting gifts from others, my best contribution to whatever during the month of December was about giving. Of the 8 charities, I gave to 4 shelters. What I did was identified a number of shelters in the North Miami Beach area that I recognized a number of homeless individuals who were often on the streets, and they would, be there at my car outstretched, asking for whatever. And so I announced to my family that this year, my gift would be to give and not to receive. So that was my best gift, to be able to give to others generously. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Felicity. Which do you prefer, the meal itself or the leftovers? Alexia.
That is a very good question. I think I always prefer leftovers, which is very opposite to my younger brother. He hates leftovers, but I think that things taste better if you let them soak a bit in the sauces and then heat them up the next day. I've had leftovers for 3 days after they've been cooked. I'm just a really big fan of meat. And I think meat always has a stronger flavor the more you like let it sit. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, Alexia. Let's see what we have here. Why does there need to be snow in Miami? Brian.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Why does there need to be snow in Miami? I want to say one thing. There needs to be snow in Miami because I love snow. I love snowboarding. I've only done it twice in my life, but it's an absolute, it's a gas. It's an absolute gas of a time. If I could take my verbiage back to the 1950s. I'm taking a trip to Breckenridge next week to go snowboarding. I don't like flying. So let's get some snow in Miami. Open the front door. We're out in the snow. Major fear of flying, anxiety, panic attacks. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it. I want to build snowmen for my neighbors, for, build giant snowmen and craft sculptures that are just absolutely majestic for all to see. And I can't do that because I live in Miami. Terrible, sunny Miami. I'm not a fan. So yes, I believe 6 months out of the year, we need absolute overcast, no sun, dreary, snow ripping storms to engulf Miami so that I can enjoy the snow. It's a very selfish reason, just for me. It's really not for anyone else. I that's what I believe. That's why snow should be in Miami, just so I can enjoy making sculptures and snowboarding in my front yard and not have to fly. Thank you, Table Topics Master. Back to you.
Thanks, Brian. You just won 2 tickets to go anywhere in the world for the holidays. Where are you going to go and why? Right now, and I will time you so you don't have to time yourself. You're on mute right now.
Okay, but I didn't listen the question was focused on this.
Okay, no problem. I will repeat. You just won 2 tickets to go anywhere in the world for the holidays. Where are you going to go?
So in my personal case, I haven't been anywhere outside of Miami. I just living here only for 4 years, so I haven't had the chance to go out. So for me, the list is big. Actually, I plan to start with New York when the 10 comes. I think I think it will be also very pretty in this time of the year. That's it.
Okay. Thank you right now. I think we've gone to everyone except Mario. So I have one for you. It's Black Friday, and you've been offered the chance to enter any store of your choosing before it officially opens. Which store would you go to?
Wow, Black Friday, and I've never done that. I've never done the Black Friday shopping experience. But if I had to do it, then I would probably just choose my favorite retail store and keep it simple. I like going to Target, and every time I go to Target, I come out with something. So probably before this, I would have looked up the deals, and I would have gotten the best deal that I could, and it would have been great because I would have been able to get my thing without any competition, and then there will be less people, because that's the whole reason why I would never go out shopping for Black Friday. And then it would also be the best, like I will probably wait to get something that I really need and do it on Black Friday, and Target has everything. You know, I can get a TV. I think I need a TV. I would have probably gotten that. But yeah, that's where I would go for Black Friday. Thank you.
Awesome, Mario. So let me just give a quick recap on all of our participants for table topics. So Catherine talked about her fusion of Halloween and Christmas. Daria talked about the importance of tradition during the season. Eric talked about using money to create DIY projects and create gifts. Felicity's gift was actually to give to charity rather than to receive. Alexia talked about how the leftovers are better than the meal, and that meat tastes better when it's a leftover, has better flavor. Mario talked about Target being the place that he would go to if he had free reign at any store during Black Friday. Raynell talked about going to New York for the holidays if you have 2 tickets and to go anywhere. And Brian talked about Miami having snow. Why fly somewhere where that does when you can stay here and remove that entire challenge of flying and that fear of flying so that he can snowboard and make snowmen or snow people for his neighbors. Can I have our timer give us a timer's report for everyone that spoke for this segment?
Okay, so Catherine went 1 minute and 42 seconds. Daria went with 1 minute and 58. Eric was 1 minute 20 seconds. Felicity was 1 minute 23. Brian 1 minute and 30. Mario 1 minute and 15. I don't know mine. I think it was very short.
Yeah, right now you were at about 42 seconds, so you were underneath the minimum time.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, you can vote for your best table topic speaker. How can you do that? Send me a private message. Just type best table topics and the person's first name. And then I will have the winner for you later on in the meeting. Now I'd like to hand it back over to our Toastmaster of the evening, Felicity. Back over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. That was an exciting session. I had to put myself on mute. Otherwise, I think I would have bust out laughing, especially with Brian insisting that it should be snowing in Miami. But listen, if that's how you celebrate the holidays, then bring on the snow. I think you should move to California, though, because if you live in San Diego, you can go 2 hours up north and you will have snow. You'll be doing all that boogie boarding and snowboarding. You'll be right on point for the holidays. I don't know about leftovers, Daria, but you know what? During the holiday season, any leftover is delish, okay? New York, been there, done that, but you know what? Do your thing. holiday and Christmas, Lucas, you brought it. You know what I'm saying? And Catherine, that was just a really creative way that you put that together. I think that was amazing. And Daria, girl, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you do, it's all good in the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's fun. It's December, and we do all kinds of different things. And it's, you know, I've changed a lot of what I do for the holidays. I don't know if it comes with any unbridled excitement, but I'm just saying, it's the holidays and it's the end of the year. It's the last Toastmasters meeting of the calendar year also. So without further ado, I think at this moment, we will go with our general evaluator who will wrap us up and, you know, give us an overall outcome of how we did for the meeting. I certainly like that we, you know, we kept our spirits up today. I am certainly happy that we had, 9 members at our meeting today. So this was amazing. I'm looking forward to our next meeting. Turning it right back over to you, General Evaluator Lucas, who is actually serving how many heads today? Vote counter, table topics master. We learn from the best. And thank you so much for making, you know, for leaving such a great example for this club. I'm excited to be a part of this club. So that's another thing for me to celebrate. So back to you, General Evaluator Lucas Calafell.
Well, I'm wearing 2 hats. Brian was able to take one from me, and he is serving as our general evaluator for tonight. So take it away, Brian.
I
Oh,
snagged
go
it.
ahead,
I
Brian.
snagged it last second.
Okay,
I
okay.
stuck it
All right,
right
all
up.
right. Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Excellent job so far as Toastmaster of the evening. Really phenomenal. I know it's your first time, so we give you kudos for that and look to many more. But before we jump into our reports of the evening and how my general evaluation of the meeting, let's get our evaluation from our icebreaker tonight. Evaluating Eric Gomez with his speech Back to the Drawing Board, we have Mario Litano. Evaluating Eric Gomez, Mario Litano.
Okay, thank you, Toastmasters. I think it's an honor to evaluate Eric's speech. You know, the first speech in this club. It takes a lot of courage to step up and perform your first speech, but you know, I believe that this is how we grow and improve our skills. You did great. You spoke very clearly. I thought your speech was inspiring. It resonates with me because I'm going through a similar experience that you're going through, and probably other Toastmasters here as well. You know, this is what Toastmasters is all about. I love the beginning. You engage the audience. I like that intro with the alarm clock. I found it amusing because this is something that I do every morning. The structure of the speech was great. It was like a story. You know, you talked about how you went to school, you met people, you met your mentor, you had some wins and some losses, that you had a backup plan, and not that you're ready to take a risk and try something new. I think what was most inspirational is that you're on a journey of self-improvement. You know, you're reading and you are doing new things. You know, you alluded that this is why you joined the Toastmasters and decided to spend your evening here with us. I think that's awesome. Your speech was great. There were some minor things or improvements perhaps that I noticed. I would have liked to know more about investing. Personally, I love investing and I love talking about trading. I'd like to know more about a little more about the new plan or your mentor perhaps. You know, why is this important to you? Another thing I observed is that when you were talking about how you had been rejected to this program at for physical therapy, you know, you smiled. I would have liked to see more emotion, you know, a little bit of emotion, like sadness when that happened. But overall, you did great. That was an awesome speech, and I'm glad you did it. Thank you so much.
Excellent job, Mario. Real quick, Raynell, can we get a timer's report for Mario's evaluation?
Yeah, it was 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Let's move right along to our functionary reports for the evening. Let's start with, actually, before I do that, I just, because I want to sneak into the grammarian report. It is with unbridled joy that I serve as general evaluator tonight on the last meeting of the year before we go into 2022. So with that, mark it down, Alexia. With that, let's go to Alexia with her grammarian report.
Thank you, Brian. We have two uses of the word of the day. Felicity used unbridled excitement, and now Brian used unbridled joy. I thought Yuletide treasure was a good use of words by Catherine. Eric used craftsmanship. I don't remember what he was saying before, but I know the second time he described what he was doing, he used craftsmanship, and I thought that was a more succinct way of saying what he was saying before. Felicity used outstretched. I also thought that was like a more compacted way of describing things. Brian used majestic, and Mario used the phrase journey of self-improvement. I thought that was a good use of words. That concludes the grammarian report.
Excellent job, Alexia. Absolutely. Some great catches there of some unique word use during the meeting. Excellent job. Moving right along, Catherine, our counter of the evening. Catherine.
Hey, everyone. So starting with the speakers, shout out for Eric, because I was listening very closely and you did not have any correct words. So congratulations for your first speech. That was very impressive. Brian, I got 2 U's for you during your speech. Then going to table topics, Lucas, 1 so in your introduction, Daria, 1 1 like, Eric, 2 ums and 2 U's and 1 you know, Felicity, 1 Alexia, 1 Brian, 1 Renell, 1 Mario, 1 and 1 so. And then for the evaluation, but Mario, during the evaluation speech, you just had 2 U's, and that's it for this evening.
Thank you, Catherine. Excellent job, as always. So let me just real quick again, just give kudos and congratulations to Felicity this evening as our Toastmaster. If we can all just give her a quick round of applause. I know it's silent, it's not the same as being in the room with her, but first time Toastmaster, I thought she handled it like an absolute professional. Starting with the theme and just very seamlessly integrating the theme throughout the entire meeting. Excellent job, Felicity. Like I said, taking notes. This is what we come to Toastmasters for. And tonight, from the Toastmaster position, I thought you put on a clinic. Great job. Something you said early on, Felicity, was, take with the theme, take a walk outside, go see your neighbors, steal from them. And when you meant, steal ideas from them, see what they're doing. And I thought that was a funny use of words, and I got a good chuckle out of that, but a great message, really, get outside and see what everyone else is doing in your community and incorporate it into your life so that we can all celebrate and have a unified community, living happy and healthy lives. Daria, you really impressed me with your table topics answer. It was such a raw, real answer, something from, just very genuine, very authentic. And I think that's tough to do coming into a group. You're one of a new member. So to do that, to be authentic and give that answer on table topics is impressive. Something that I still struggle with. I'm 3 years in. Sometimes my answers are they're humorous, but it's very difficult to get authentic and real. I thought you did that. Excellent job. So great job there, and kudos to you. We started tonight right at 7:05. Pretty good timing. Lately, we've been doing 7:10, kind of pushing 7:12. So 7:05, I'll take that. Pretty seamless meeting from our counter report, grammarian. I thought everyone stepped up. Mario, great job evaluating. Eric over here, I think it was the perfect evaluation for him. I know him personally, and I know he was nervous about tonight. So great job evaluating him. I know he's going to get better for it. With that, I will close out my general evaluation and say thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to hand it back to Felicity for final thoughts and before we hand it back to Lucas for the winners of tonight. So Felicity, back to you.
Well, I would just like to give everyone a round of applause for this evening. I think it went rather smoothly. To reiterate what Brian said, I think there was a sense of I think everyone kind of leaned in and was really giving a lot of keen attention to what was going on tonight. I don't know if it was just newness or just the holidays or what it is, or maybe post Thanksgiving, whatever. I think, you know, comparing the last, not to say there was anything wrong with the last meeting. I just think people were kind of like really leaning in today and really paying attention to what was going on. And there was just some genuine comments and reflections on the night. Brian, amazing job always at, you know, wrapping up the meeting and really reflecting on how the meeting went. That's something that I need to learn to do a little better. So maybe next time I'll try the general evaluation role. And for anyone who's new and haven't tried any roles, I think, you know, just jump on in and you know, give it your best shot. I have to say, Mario, you were like, you came into the club after I joined, and I'm learning from you. I'm still, when I have to speak, I get super, super nervous. I literally forget everything that I'm supposed to say. So the speech that I planned for tonight as a Toastmaster for the evening, not even what I said tonight, none of it. It just goes out of my head. I don't know what to do with that, or if Toastmasters is going to help. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for a wonderful meeting. Look forward to the rest of it. Hope you all have a great time. And I am going to hand it back over to, I believe, our VPE calls for our next meeting, and then our president's report. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I actually was so excited about the holidays. I forgot that we're starting up next year. Our next meeting will be, excuse me one second, should be Wednesday, January 12th. So that will be our next meeting. It's a little ways away. We have a month off. With that, if you're looking forward to the meeting, we have plenty of time to prepare. Is anyone interested in being a Toastmaster of the evening? For our new members, to become a Toastmaster, you must have given 3 speeches in the club. That's the same thing with table topics, so it's a little bit to get there. But if there's any interest from anyone who's given 3 speeches in Toastmaster or table topics, I'll note it, and if not, we can fill that in as we go.
Can I sign up to be a speaker?
You absolutely can. That was my next question, Catherine. All right. So do we have any speakers? Now this is open for everyone. Daria, Raynell, if you're looking to give your icebreaker, feel free.
I just need a little help. I tried to register for this call and it asked me for my password, and I use like the same password for everything. So I put that in and I don't remember setting it up. And then it said it was the wrong password. And so I'm just having a difficult time setting everything up, and if anyone could help me with that.
Yeah, not a problem. Myself, or I know Lucas, you know, we can jump on a call, we can schedule something. Because there's 2 websites. There's Toastmasters International, and that's where Pathways is, and then there's our club website, where just kind of agenda updates. So it's 2 different logins. So we can help you set up for both.
Yeah, I got sent something, and I think it was trying to have me set up. I felt like it was trying me to set up a website, and I was like, oh, I don't think this is correct, or I'm doing something totally wrong. Yeah. So.
Okay, yeah, we can take a look at it, but all right, no, we'll jump into that and help you out there, get you set up. But if there's any interest in, we have 2 speaking slots open as of now. So if anyone wants to give speeches, just let me know. I'll reach out sometime in December to keep setting up interest. Any functionary roles of anyone? We have timer for Marion, counter. Any interest?
I like to try doing the counter.
Excellent, Mario. And any evaluators? So far, we have Catherine giving a speech, so we're going to need an evaluator. Okay. All right. That's all right. You have a
I'll do an
month?
evaluator. I'll do an evaluator. Again,
You sure?
Yeah.
I got
Hey, you
you.
did an amazing job. I can try doing Toastmaster again just so I can get my nervous ninnies and my nervousness out. So get my
Back to-
practice on.
Back to back. Okay, we'll mark it down. I don't see an issue with that.
You didn't seem nervous at all, Felicity.
You don't know what's going on in this seat. This is
doesn't
why I'm
come off
still
that
in
way
my
at all.
office instead of being at home. I had to stay at work otherwise. Oh my goodness.
So
But
good,
thank you.
excellent.
Thank
We'll,
you.
we'll reverse Jose Salcedo's infamous advice of starting with a bang and ending with a bigger bang. Felicity's gonna end with a bang and start the year with a bigger bang. So that's kind of a little play on words there from a mentor of mine in the club. Okay, well, we're off to a decent start here. We'll continue to fill out this agenda for January. Did I say 12th? I already forgot. January 12th. Thank you. Let's move on to our president, Lucas, with final words and club business.
Okay. Before I get into club business, I want to announce the winner of Table Topics, and the winner is for Table Topics December 1st, Daria. Fantastic. Okay, let's talk about some club business, some things that are coming up. Let's see where I put this. Okay, here we go. So after our first meeting of the new year, we have our International Speech and Table Topics Club contest. To give some background on International Speech contest is basically a 5 to 7 minute speech on a topic that of your choosing for those that want to participate. And all the clubs around the world, really, Toastmasters clubs around the world are hosting a club competition. Whoever wins at the club level will then go to the area level, then the division, then the district, and then they will actually eventually go to, if they continue to win, they will go to the World Championship of Public Speaking. So the cool thing about the International Speech Contest is that whoever the winner is at the end, they started off at the same place at a club contest and winning their club contest and moving up the ranks from there. Now, there are some requirements in order to participate in this particular contest at the club level. You need to have completed level 1 and level 2 of any path in Pathways. So those who haven't done that, unfortunately, are not eligible. Now, for Table Topics, it's very similar to the Table Topics that we do here. The difference is that, well, of course, you won't know the question ahead of time, but every contestant will get the same question, which is different from what we do during a regular club meeting where everybody gets a different question. The same question, everyone gives a response. They don't know the question ahead of time, so they're right in the hot seat and they have to give a coherent response for 1 to 2 minutes. And the judges vote on who's the best. They win at the club level. They go through the same thing through the area, division, and then they finish at the district. There is no World Championship of Table Topics. They can win at the division level, which is an accomplishment in itself because our district is District 47, which encompasses Southeast Florida and the Bahamas. So it's quite a lot of people, a lot of Toastmasters to compete with. So those are going to happen. Both of those are going to happen on January 26th. If you are interested, let Brian know. It's never too early to express your interest in participating. And with Table Topics, there's no requirement. You don't need to give a certain number of speeches or finish a certain amount of levels and pathways. The next thing to mention, this is more for our officers, but yes, we do have another training on December 11th. This will be one of many other opportunities I will have. I'm sure that we'll have an opportunity in January and in February to fulfill that officer training requirement. So keep that in mind. I'll post on our officer group chat with the links and just to get an idea of which officers can attend. The next thing, something that is coming very, very close is our holiday party Everyone should have received an email with the invitation. It's on December 9th at 7:00 p.m. This is happening at the Yard House in the park. So if you have not yet RSVP'd, or if you don't know, just even if you can't go, please reply to the invite so that I know that you acknowledged it, that you see it, and that you let me know that whether you're able to go or not. So if you have any questions about that, let me know, and I will be happy to answer your questions. I'll resend the invite to anyone that has not yet responded, just so that it's at the top of your inbox. That's all I have for new business. And we have no guests, so I won't ask for any feedback from them. And at this point, we can officially wrap up our meeting. I'm going to stop the recording. And then what we can do